Hey guys, and welcome back to another guide on TFT. This guide is for you who wants to learn how to play LASERCORPS or haven't hit Master yet. LASERCORPS is by far one of the strongest comps and are really straightforward to play. The full comp look like this. We play 6 out of the 7 LASERCORP units. The only one that we are skipping is Ash, but we do use Ash in the final comp if we get 2 LASERCORPS emblems, but that is not the standard. Then we have Fiddle for CC and Urgot for CC and loot. If we're getting to level 9, we're playing the strongest units that we can find. Often that will be a 2-star Zac for stalling the fight, or Zoe to get set to the backline with Hacker, or Diana for buffing up the team and give some CC. Zed is holding AD items since he is one of the main damage dealers. Mordekaiser will in most fights only have one cast with a huge AoE damage, and that is why Gauntlet is his first prio. Renekton is holding 3 tank/support items, since he is the one that's carrying us all the way to level 8. Senna is holding Rageblade or Static Shift from the early or the mid game, and any leftover items can just fit in wherever it fits the best. If you get AD or attack speed, we will put them on Senna or Urgot, and tank items would most likely go on Sejuani. The most used variation for this comp is with Echo and Zoe, which is very good, but I do prefer the one that I just mentioned since it have an overall higher cap. The build-up is a tempo play. That means we're playing the strongest units and slamming items very often. This makes us able to go level 8 with fairly high gold and health. We do also look for arguments that support this playstyle, and as we're taking economy arguments for a fast level 8, and we can also look for more LASERCORPS units by taking emblems. And for hero arguments, we can pick any hero that's in the full build. The best arguments is LASERCORP Crest, support Yasuo, or support Zed. Other very strong ones that you can look for is LASERCORP Heart, Thrill of the Hunt, Forcible Forge, Corpse Formation, Components Grabback, Tome of Traits, Celestic Blessing, and Second Wind. And then of course all the other hero arguments that are units from the full comp. The early game is extremely important, so I go through it step by step so you know exactly what to do. At the very first carousel, we will grab Renekton if he have a vest, belt, cloak, rod, or tier. If there isn't any Renekton or he is holding one of the other components, we are grabbing a belt or a vest instead. We are picking Renekton with these components, doing 2 he will carry us all the way to the late game. And we do not need specific items for him, but all of these components can be useful for items that are great for a 2-star Renekton, and we do want that 2-star. We will try to play the strongest board around him, and by that getting Blitz for 2 Brawlers, and adding Ashe and Yasuo or even Senna for 3 LASERCORPS. If you get this combination and getting 2 of the units to 2-star, you're ready for a 5 win streak. You will see yourself having a strong board. We will go level 4 before the first play round, and slam Sunfire Cape or a Running Spark at best, and else Redemption or Protector's Vow. We are playing these 4 units at the first 3 rounds, and if they are wins, we go level 5 at stage 2-5. Then we add in Senna or Vayne for 2 Duelist and 2 Recon. 2 more wins and then we start out the game perfectly. Another outcome is that we do not have a strong board at the first player round, and then we do not go level 4. If we lose the 2 first rounds, we can try to go for a 5 lose streak. In this case, we will not go level 5 before stage 3, but we are playing to lose as little health as possible. It is not worth just opening and taking 8 to 10 damage every round, but do we have 4 lose streak and just need the last round before Grox, we want to make sure that we are losing that last round, even there is a chance of losing a bit more health. Another outcome is that we win the first round, even we didn't go level 4. Then we might want to consider going level 4 and play for a win streak if we now have a strong lineup. If we still not have a strong lineup, go for the extra gold. By every time we have a chance to get 10, 20, 30 gold to snowball the income. Lose a little health as possible, gain as much gold as you can. Keep Renekton, Blitz, Ashe and Yasuo units for 2 stardom, and the rest of the units can be sold for more gold. We are now on stage 3 and just got ourselves some loot. Make sure to slam the mentioned items on Renekton every time you have the chance. You can also make Static Shift if you do not have Ionic Spark. And you can also make Rageblade in the middle or the early game and put it on a 2-star Ashe or Senna. If you had a win streak, strongly consider going level 6 at stage 3-1. You want to scout the enemies that you have a chance of facing, and if you're not sure that you are beating the others, go to level 6. Else just wait to stage 3-2 as you would if you didn't have a win streak. You have now just got your second argument, and we will now play 4 LASERCORPS units, Vayne and Blitz. The positioning of these exact units is also my standard positioning for my early and mid game. Placing Blitz as the main target, Renekton next to him, Yasuo slightly behind, and range in the backline. If Renekton have 2 or 3 items, you can start making items for Zed and letting Vayne be the item holder. The items that we are looking for is Edge of Night as his only core item. The other items isn't as important as you might think, but here is all the S tier combinations at the moment. At stage 3, you also have the opportunity to play 3 lasers and 3 undergrounds for more gold. You just have to make sure that you cash out every time, no matter what. Else you will just grab the units that you need from the shop when they are presented to you. If you get above 50 gold, buy experience, and that is how you will get to level 7. You do only use gold below 50 for level 7 if you are on a win streak or you are close to level 7, and it will save you a good amount of health. Units you are holding are only units from the full comp or strong individual units like Zac. If I have a lot of gold from streaking, I often go level 8 at stage 4-3, but you should look for when you are somewhere between 0 and 25 gold away from level 8 or getting below 35 health. And then you can push for level 8 and roll all your gold down. When you are rolling down at level 8, this is what you're looking for. 6 LASERCORPS units, Fiddle and Urgot. And we do want to have everything to 2-star. The chance for us of getting these 8 units in the first roll down is low, so you might have to grab other units as well. You do not want to make the classic low elo mistake, only taking units you need for the specific comp. If you're very unlucky, you will lose all your gold without getting any strange. So here is some other options before you start changing the last pieces. A bit more realistic situation is that we are most likely sitting with 4 laser units, and with a bit of luck having Zed or Sejuani as well. That means we only need 1 more laser unit to have 6 in the trade, which is our first goal. From here we can add in Zac as a very strong unit, and else Echo. If we are unlucky and are not getting Sejuani, then we will play both Zac and Echo. And do you not get Zed, you can have Belweth for holding his items. From here you will roll down to 0 gold every time to get the 4 and the 5 god units on your board. You of course want to have all the units to 2-star, but Zed is the most important one at this point. Do you have all the units on your board, you can look for level 9. When Zed have 3 items and Renekton have 2 to 3 tanking items, we are looking for AP items for Mordekaiser. Gauntlet is his best item, but Death Cap and Giant Slayer is great too. Mordekaiser can use almost all AP items, but he will most likely only cast once in the start, meaning Archangel is not recommended at all. You can also look for attack speed items for Urgot or other support items for anyone else. And just before we go into the positioning, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more guides. The way we're gonna put our units is having Senna in the backline, Sejuani and Fiddle in the side of the front line, so they cast early, Morty in the middle with a Nexon, so he is safe to cast at least once. Urgot will be wherever he hits the most units with his spell. You can put him in the middle by default, since your units will pull the enemy's units closer to the middle. You will have Zed and Yasuo slightly behind the front line, so they do not take damage but are in the fight fast. That was all for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next guide.